Alright guys, welcome to a new video. Really sunny and nice out in Wisconsin, finally. Starting to warm up again. Third video on this three-wheeler here. Last video we got to run, but it was hydro-locking, apparently. You guys said that in the comments. I think maybe 30% of the comments said hydro-locking because of the gasoline going in and filling up the cylinder. So today we're going to drain the oil. Apparently there's probably water down in the bottom end, and then there's gas just leaking into the top end. So my theory is that this thing was sitting outside for a very long time, so there's probably water down here, and then what we're going to do is check and see if there's water in the oil, change out the oil, and then what we're going to do is take off the cylinder head here and then just see if there's any leftover gasoline in the cylinder. So right now the pump works. That was like another 20% of the people saying that the fuel pump did not work. But if you look here, you can see the gas going into the carburetor when you pull it over. So that means the pump works. And I just put this filter in so we could see that process working. But yeah, we've got the air filter off of it, and we've just got the carb right there for easy access because I probably took out this carburetor maybe 10 times, and I cleaned it, adjusted it, adjusted the flow height many different times, and it's not leaking anymore now, so we should be good. But yeah, first thing we're gonna do is just let this air dry for a bit, pull it over a couple times with the spark plug out of it, just to get some of that gasoline to evaporate out of the cylinder. And then we're gonna drain the oil. I've got it all set up to go. Drain the oil, put some fresh oil in, and then try this thing again. If that doesn't work, we're going to take off the head and then go from there. So stay tuned. Also guys, if you have not watched the previous two videos, they'll be up over here. There's going to be two little white links you can click on. And yeah, definitely go watch those before you watch this one. It'll make a lot more sense. Alright guys, we're going to drain the oil here quick. The bolt for the oil is down beneath the skid plate right over here. So it's just right over here. And then we're going to put the bucket underneath there, drain it out, then fill it up with 850 centimeters cubed of oil. So we'll be good to go there. Yeah, so let's do that and then move on to the cylinder. All right, draining out the old oil. Doesn't look like it's white or anything. Doesn't look like there's much water in it. Alright guys, this is the oil plug. As you can see, it's a little bit crusty, so let's clean that off. And then the oil stopped dripping, so we're going to put some oil back in it. 850 centimeters cubed is like 28 ounces, I believe, I think. So we're going to put 28 ounces back in there. Then we're going to work our way to the cylinder. First, we're going to see if this thing starts up, so stay tuned. All right, let's add some of this oil in here. All right, good to go there. All right, what I'm gonna do is pull this thing over a bunch of times and try to get that fuel out of the cylinder. Right now I left it to probably sit for 20 minutes, but we're just gonna give it some help, pull it over a couple more times, get the extra gas out of there, see what happens here. Now we're going to put the spark plug back in and see if this thing is a little bit easier to pull over. Alright guys, so we know we're getting gas, we know we're getting spark, and we know we have fresh oil in it. And the carburetor isn't leaking. I'll show you guys right now. Carburetor isn't leaking at all. So we've got the float height adjusted. There's fuel going to it. You can see the fuel pumping in there. There's fuel going to it. So let's just see if this thing tries to hydrolock again. Maybe it'll start up, who knows? We're gonna try spraying some fuel down the carburetor and see if that works. Alright, as you guys saw, that worked perfectly. Sprayed some brake cleaner down there and started right up. And then just shut off right away. So, I don't know what's going on there. It's very strange. We're going to try it again and see if the same thing happens. Alright, doesn't want to go. We'll come back when this thing's running right. Alright, we're going to take off the carburetor and then we're going to look at the reeds. I think that's the next step. And then if that doesn't work, we're going to take off the pipe and then we're going to take off the head. Alright guys, just got the reeds out. Take a quick look. They look really good actually. There's no gaps in between here at all. Even when you blow through it. Absolutely perfect. No gouges on any of these. So they're looking really good. It was really wet when I took it out, so it was definitely filled with gas. But yeah, onto the pipe. We're gonna take off the pipe now. Alright guys, pipe is off over here. Got that thing off. From what I can see, the piston actually looks pretty good. I'll try to get you guys zoomed up in here. If you look at the piston in there, it actually looks pretty good. There's no scratches or anything. But we'll see what happens here. If you see it, it looks like it's good. The reeds look good. The piston looks good. We're gonna take off the head now and see if the piston's actually good. So there's 6 nuts up on the top of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna take those off and then take off the head. Alright guys, head is off. There's a ton of carbon buildup on here. You can see just like a ton. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but take a quick look at the piston. Cylinder wall has no scratches on it. The piston looks perfect. That's really smooth. Alright, so the piston looks really good. There's some carbon on the top, but not a ton. And then the cylinder has 0 scratches on it. I'll give you guys a quick peek at it. There's the piston right there. So there's not too much carbon, and then when you pull it over, I don't know if you guys can really see in there, but the cylinder wall is like really, really clean. So absolutely nothing wrong going on here. The only thing that I can think of at this point is that the pipe is plugged up and not acting right. So I'm gonna try to maybe clear out the pipe here and put everything back together and see what happens. We're gonna clean off the carbon on the piston and then on the head. As you can see, there's tons of carbon on the head, which, I mean, that's pretty bad on the head right there. You can see there's like quite a bit of carbon in there. It's pretty bad actually. So we'll clean that all up and then see what happens here. Alright guys, so the piston is decarboned as much as I could get it. So that looks pretty good. You can see the metal through the carbon. There's a little bit left on the outside, but I didn't want to scratch the outside of this cylinder, so I just left it like this. And that's pretty much decarboned as much as possible. And that's looking really a lot better. All the carbon is off of there, because that was really bad before. So we're gonna put the reeds back on now, clean out the port a little bit more, and then put the reeds on, and then put the head on, and then we're gonna try to clean out the pipe, and yeah, go from there. And then maybe check out the carburetor one last time before we put that on, because maybe it's getting too much fuel, even though it's not leaking. So we'll see what happens. My prediction is that maybe it's the pipe, but I don't know. I'm stumped at this point. But now that we have a good base, we know that everything's good to go. The piston's good, the cylinder's good, the head is good, the carburetor's good. Really the only thing left is the pipe. So we'll do the pipe, put it back on, see if this thing starts up. Alright guys, everything's connected back up. I went through the carburetor and it looked like the overflow tube was not draining, so I blew that out with the air compressor right over here. And now it's draining correctly, so we got that fixed. And then the clip where the actual slide goes in that holds down the needle, that was like at an angle like this, so it wasn't flat, so I made that flat, so now that pushes down on the needle. So maybe that'll help too, I'm not sure. But we've got gas pumping to it from the pump. The piston's brand new looking now that we got the carbon off of it. Head looks good, it's all decarbonized. Brand new spark plug, fresh fuel, 40 to 1. I put all the lines on it, everything's good to go. So let's give it a shot. It should start up, no problem. And we shouldn't have any issues here, so let's try it. It's not running. I don't know what's up with this thing. Everything's correct on it. It's gotta be the carburetor. I don't know. I think it's getting too much fuel. But I changed the float height to the highest setting. Pushed it up. It's getting the right amount of fuel. The needle is shutting off the fuel. So I took out the carburetor, put the gas line on, and then pushed up on the float, and it shuts off on the carburetor. So I know the fuel is shutting off. So I don't know what's going on, but I pulled this thing over probably 1,000 times today again, and we're getting nowhere. So I'm gonna take off the carburetor one more time, go through it, and then that'll probably be it. I don't know, I might give up on this thing. Alright guys, wouldn't start, then the recoil broke, so that's exciting. This is just turning into a huge project that is never gonna run. I don't know why it ran before and now it doesn't. It's a mystery to me, but yeah, this recoil is not good. What we're gonna do is probably, I don't know, I'm probably just gonna put this thing back up for sale. I think this is one machine that I can't get running. If you guys have any recommendations in the comments, that would be great. I'm really close to giving up on this thing. I spent probably 3 days trying to get this thing to run right, and I cannot do it. Could be the carburetor, I'm not sure. I've never had this problem before where it would not start at all. It's crazy. I was looking at the what's it called, the flywheel in here, and everything looks good there. So it's just a mystery to me what is going on here. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, again, leave a comment down below. And yeah, I don't know what the heck is wrong with it. Alright guys, still couldn't get it started. So today we went over the reeds. Reeds look perfect. Carburetor's not leaking. That's going perfect. The piston looks really good. No scratches on the cylinder. Has brand new spark plug. Fuel pump works. What else did we look at? I think that's pretty much it. So everything we went through looks perfect, and it's got compression, it's got fuel, and it's got spark. So I don't know why it's not starting. I've never ran into this problem before. I've never had a problem where, you know, it starts up one time and doesn't start up again. I don't know if it's flooding out or what, but it's really driving me crazy. As you guys know, the recoil broke, and that's going to be a whole job in itself, getting that back together. So that'll be fun. And then, yeah, it's just becoming a huge pain in the butt. So I don't know what I should do. Should I keep on trying, or should I give up on it, just move on to the next project? I'm not sure. You know, I could cut my losses, put it back up for 200 bucks, and then, you know, just be done with it, or should I keep trying? But I'm gonna need some help on this, so please leave a comment down below what you guys think is wrong with it. You guys know everything I went through. And if you don't, watch the other 2 videos I have up on it. They'll be up here. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. My Instagram is 2_vintage_. Go leave a comment on there for me. Usually I try to respond to all the comments, so go do that. So please leave a comment down below and try to get this thing started, because I'm pretty much lost. So anyway, thanks for watching guys. Thanks for subscribing. Make sure you hit the like button and the notification button to stay up to date on newer videos. And I think that's pretty much it. So until next time, we are out.